you like what you see, please remember to like and subscribe. We are in the process of making Car Mad Dad a 100% non-for-profit charity. Your likes and subscriptions can go a real way to making a real difference in people's lives. So if you like what you see, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for your support so far. It really means a lot. Cheers. Hi everyone, welcome back to Car Mad Dad and a review of the BMW M135i. Because it's a brand new car, I don't know a huge amount about it. I've enlisted some help. None other than Matt from Rybrook TV.
Hi pal, you good?
I'm very well, thank you mate. Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, good.
To come and help me out and talk me through the car a bit. So we've had a good blast in the car. They're relatively similar, albeit obviously very different colours. Matt's come bragging a bit more spec.
A little bit more spec. You've got baby wheels on your car.
I've got baby wheels on my car. I've got 18-inch on my car. Yeah, so we're going to go out in the cars. First and foremost, we're going to get into the interior, have a look around, yeah, give you our opinion on this very controversial.
It is controversial.
Car. Hopefully, you'll find it of some use. Yeah, and we'll catch you guys in a bit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
Oh, it's chilly outside. Well, I think this is probably where the biggest change has happened, really.
Big step up in here, isn't it? Like this looks very 8 Series.
Even the steering wheel is straight out of the 8 Series.
Everything's very nice to touch.
We've also got the digital display now, which was first previewed again in the 8 Series.
It just takes a bit of getting used to, doesn't it? Just
It
watching
does,
the revs
yeah.
go the other way. I think the other reason that I didn't notice it is we've got heads up. It's the first one series
with it
to have heads up, and it gives you all the information. You genuinely do not need to look down.
I think it's great. I mean, I think they've nailed the interior of this. When you started your car, I heard it make a lot of pops. How many miles has that done?
About 1,500, I think, maybe.
So I reckon that car now then is broken in. I think we should maybe do a rev test. But this, I don't think does. But I think that one does. This is serious work.
We don't know, do we? We don't know.
Serious work. Will it pop?
Let's find out.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
Let's find out. Let's do it. Popper open.
It's definitely not popping, is it? I see immediately.
Even then it's popping.
Immediately that sounds better. Yeah. That's quite interesting, that is. This one definitely sounds louder. It pops, whereas that one doesn't. Consumer advice for you all there. 1,500 miles, then rev the nuts off it.
So, join me in the M135i with BMW Genius. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
so,
definitely ex-BMW
So
Genius.
a BMW Genius of some description.
Yeah.
And Rybrook TV host.
Pleasure to be here.
Welcome. Welcome to the M135i. Hugely contentious car.
Absolutely.
What I don't want to do in this video is dwindle on that.
I had so much stick about going front wheel drive, and to be honest, if you actually delve into it, it makes sense, but let's not.
What you can't do is compare this car against its predecessor. They are poles apart in every way, from shape and drive to actually how they behave on the road. I'm going to take this as a clean slate and review of this car.
Yeah, as a car rather than
As a
an
car.
M140 replacement.
2 litre, 4-part,
Yep.
transversely mounted engine. It is also xDrive.
Different kind of xDrive to any other car though. Every single BMW product, xDrive is rear wheel drive biased. It's 60% rear, 40 front.
Okay.
In this car, it's flipped the other way. Most of the time, this is a front wheel drive only car.
We've had a drive earlier today, and no doubt you're going to see some footage of that. First question I asked Matt when we got out is if there was a limited slip diff on the front, because the way this thing handles its front end, especially at pace, is really impressive, isn't it?
It is absolutely.
I've been blown away.
It's
Really
fantastic. I mean, we have given them some stick today, to be fair. The biggest thing that I was worried about with this car is, will it understeer? But it doesn't.
And if you do decide you want to push it, it will let you know when it's at the limit, because you'll feel it doing magic to keep you on the road. There's no other way to describe it. All sorts of crazy stuff to keep you on the road. So it's a very, very well built front end. Towing is exceptional. I've got to say, it is confidence inspiring.
I think, and I'm sure that you will back me up on this, I think this is quicker across the ground than the old 140.
Yes.
Now, as the road starts to dry,
I can hear the keyboard warriors like going right now.
Literally.
How dare you? I think this is faster, especially in sort of the conditions we've been driving, which is sort of winter's day, mild, damp,
quite slippery.
Very, very impressive sort of point and go. But I think what this does is it's doing front wheel drive, hot hatch so well, you forgive the fact that it's not rear wheel driving. I don't know what it looks like when I'm driving this because I haven't watched it back yet, but it's an immensely fun thing to drive because it is so capable. So I would define that as chuckable.
When it comes to undulating bumps and things here, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It just picks up and goes.
Gathered,
there's no wheel spin, there's nothing, it just goes.
Yeah.
You couldn't do this in an M140.
No. And that's where I think this sits, is as a daily that you could do an awful lot of mileage in whilst having a smile on your face when you wanted to. I think if you were looking in that market, the Golf R and the S3 are boring, to be honest. Subjective, I've driven both, I know people who've owned both, they're dull. Okay, I know they go, I know they're capable. The Mercedes A35. Now, where that's very good is that it's very high-end interior, and it does point and go, just like this. But I would say this will cover ground quicker and feels a lot more competent in the corners.
I do agree with that,
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
People just it's bums on seats.
Yeah.
People need to drive this.
You do need to drive it.
I imagine before today you were very sceptical about this car.
I wasn't. I'm not going to pretend I was overly ecstatic about hearing it was not a real wheel drive car.
In all honesty, neither was I when I first heard that they'd changed it.
But when you just take it for what it is and
Yes.
drive the thing,
it's great.
it's just
It
utterly,
really is.
utterly immense. So yeah, so I think very good, very capable car.
Absolutely.
And if you are considering a hatch to do the commute, so it got me 35 mile per gallon on the way to meet Matt today. I dread to think what it's done since, but it will do both. You know, it will give you reasonable mile per gallon for the performance that's on hand, because this takes care of 0 to 60 4.8 seconds, which
this is a 300 horsepower car.
Yeah, which is
still a lot of horsepower,
which is fast.
Yeah.
And you know about it, and it is real world. So I do genuinely believe you would do that speed in most conditions as well. And I've got to say, I really, really like it.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it's impressed you.
It has.
I'm really glad it's impressed you, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's definitely impressed me as well.
To the point in which I would consider it as a daily. Wow. We were stood in rain about 4 hours ago.
What a difference, mate.
And don't
these look great?
It's been a great day. I think it's fair to say that the car's exceeded all of my expectations. To be openly honest and say I was prepared not to say that.
I was quite scared that you were going to say that, to be honest. I was quite nervous that you weren't going to
I was expecting to come and give this a bit of a hammering. But I think if you do take this car, forget the old M140, there's no point in comparing them. If you take this car as is, in its own right, it's a fantastic piece of kit. Completely blown my mind, surpassed all expectations. I know Matt's pleased because I know you've got one on order.
Yes. He's very, very nervous before today.
But yeah, so big thank you to Matt for his time and his help.
welcome.
This has been a huge learning experience for me. And if you do get a chance, please make sure you have a look at Rybrook TV. I'll pop a link up on the video, so have a look at their channel. They've got loads of content, not just BMW. That is McLaren, Bentley,
Lamborghini, all sorts of different stuff.
So give them a look. And yeah, just to sign off from me, thanks everyone for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you guys soon. Cheers.
The fucking GoPro's just fallen off. Oh, the GoPro's fallen off.
The life of a YouTuber.